When Googling what's the best case out there, you might have left more confused than when you started. But I mean, how complicated can it be? It's just a shell for everything, right? Well, yes, but no. You see, there are a lot of things to consider when picking out a case. But to make your decision easier, let's break it down. And to do that, the big four factors I want to talk about are the aesthetics, size, cleanability, and price. Starting with aesthetics. So here, ideally you want to be clear on what the overall color scheme for your build will be. Do you want it black, white, beige, pink, shred green? I won't judge. Next, do you want RGB? This might be an obvious answer to most, but trust me, you can pull off a really clean build by going black. And chances are you'll save money too. Just don't expect it to look good at night, because at night it might as well be like a black box, kind of like mine. Then you have to consider the size and the style of the case, and because cases are built around the motherboard, there are three main types: ITX, micro ATX, and ATX cases. The description of the case will tell you which one the case was built for, but that doesn't mean others won't work as long as they fit. For example, this small motherboard will obviously fit here, but this will not fit in this case. No pun intended. Another important factor while picking the sizing is that the extremes on each side will usually cost more, and the smaller your case is, the harder it will be to work on, the hotter the temperatures, the more expensive the parts. And finally, RGB is usually not the best option here, because these cases are usually covered in a mesh panel instead of glass like most of them, so you won't even be able to see the RGB. After picking the size you prefer, you have to consider the style. And let me tell you guys, there are a lot of these, and would honestly just recommend you go on Newegg or Amazon, look up the size you want along with PC case, and then from there kind of pick the ones you like the most. But to give you guys an idea, I'll give you what's recently been trending in the market. 1. The fish tank. These have two side panels, look really clean with RGB fans. 2. The dual chambered fish tank. These are basically option 1 but are larger and have a bigger gap to work on the cable management in the back. 3. The standard case. I have no idea if these have a nickname. These usually have a glass side panel and a mesh front where you can see the RGB fans if you have them. And if I had to take a guess, this style probably has the best airflow out of the three. I left 3 of my favorite from each category in the description, but I won't be making any money. They're not affiliate links. These are just genuinely what I think are good cases for the price. The next factor to consider are the features, and you won't have to worry about this too much, because as long as the case has decent reviews, it probably has everything you need. On Amazon, it seems that solid cases have at least 80% of the ratings, giving them 5 stars. And you can quickly check this by just looking up the search term I gave you and then hovering over the star value, and it'll give you the proportions right there. Regardless, as far as features, the main things you want to look out for are the USB ports. Make sure to have at least one USB-A port and one USB-C port. The next important feature is if it has pre-installed fans, and if it does, it will save you time. But if you're going this route, just make sure that they sell these fans separately as well. Otherwise, you might have to mix and match the fans, and you might end up with an ugly combination. On the other hand, case manufacturers usually have an option to buy a case without the pre-installed fans as well, and there's usually a $10 to $20 discount by going this route. The next part is compatibility. If you haven't picked out your GPU, I would recommend you pick a case with a max GPU length of 350 millimeters for the mid-range cards and 380 millimeters if you're going for the higher end. And you can find this number by looking for it on the case's description, but I have found that they're sometimes not listed in there, so try to cross-reference between Newegg and Amazon or the product page. A quick note on the sizes: because the 5000 series are insanely big, that is why I'm putting these insane numbers. But if you're going for like an older card, let's say like a 3080, a 2080, you can get away with a much smaller case. Keeping the topic on GPUs, some are thicker than others, and because of this, some will take up a third slot. If you happen to go for one of these cards, you have to make sure you have enough space, but for most people this won't be a problem. Unless you're one of the few that actually pick the smaller cases, then absolutely go back and check the dimensions to make sure it fits. Also, if you plan to vertically mount your GPU, which looks like this, then you must also check that the case supports it. In order to figure that out, try to look up the case you want along with vertical mount right at the end, and then try to see the photos, and if there is a case with a GPU that's vertically mounted, that means it's probably possible and you can copy them. But if you don't find them in Google Photos, you can check YouTube, Reddit, or whatever you can. And if you can't find anything there, you can check the product page to see if it's even possible. Finally, we can talk about cooling. If you plan to use a pre-assembled liquid cooler, make sure that the case description has the sizing you need for it. These are the 3 common sizes for liquid coolers. These will have 2 standard 120mm fans, these will have 3, and these will have 2 larger 140mm fans. If you prefer an air cooler, then you won't have to worry about this. Just make sure that the heatsink is thick enough to fit in your case. But again, you could just go into the Amazon reviews, filter the photos, and if you see a computer with the air cooler that you want, then you're pretty much assured that it will work. If you'd prefer an air cooler, then you won't have to worry about the radiator size, but you will have to figure out if your case is wide enough to fit the thick heatsink. But similar to my other recommendations, you can just filter the reviews out to the ones that have the photos and just check to see if there's anyone that use your specific CPU cooler you're going for, and then that gives you a good idea of whether it will fit or not. But if you really want to get specific, just check the case's dimensions and compare it to your air cooler and kind of do some calculations to see if it will fit. The last tedious factor about cooling is that if you want to vertically mount your GPU, the best option is to go with liquid cooling, because there is a chance that the thickness of the heatsink will get in the way of the GPU. Not always, but just keep it in mind. The last tedious factor is cleanability, which is very important in my opinion. You see, we all have dust around our houses, and over time this ends up clogging your system. Trust me, I know, because I've cleaned over 100 PCs at this point. And because of this, cleaning a case must be made as easy as possible, but some cases make it a bit harder. Let's start with the obvious. The larger or smaller the cases are, the harder they are to clean. One, because of the sheer volume, and the other because you might need small hands to even access the inner components or work on the computer. The not so obvious is the design of the case. If the case has a lot of crevices and gaps and curves, then you'll have to spend a bit more effort trying to get the dust off of them. I'll use Corsair's old 4000D and compare it to the newer version. You see how this is a flat panel, but this one on the other hand has curves and indents throughout it? Well, look at how easy I can clean the flat panel. But over here, you might have to whoosh your way into the gaps or use a brush to clean it out. Thankfully, a lot of cases don't have these jagged designs, and most of it, if not all, have filters on the outside that make it even easier to clean. So just make sure that those filters are easy to access and you'll be fine. The last factors are price and durability. For durability, you'll have to check out some reviews and videos online to see what people say. Here are my favorite YouTubers to learn about cases. And the price, this is something you'll have to make a decision on, but we'll say there are solid cases at every budget. And if you want to save even more, I'd strongly recommend you check out this Reddit thread. Here they post all sorts of deals with computer components, so if you spend like a week on there, I'm sure you'll be able to save some money. Thanks for watching, and the last note I'll leave on is that there will always be a newer, flashier case out there because of influencers and companies marketing them, of course. So when you get your hands on one and put it onto your PC, but then you suddenly get that urge to just swap it out, just remember that at one point you really loved your case to decide whether the new purchase is necessary.